Good morning. It's about 8:30, a little before that. Starting another slack packing day. Just got dropped off at Spivey Gap. And I'm hiking 13.4 miles southbound back to Sam's Gap. And we'll get picked up, spend another night at the Nature's Inn. I don't have my thermometer with me, so temps are cool, but I got my shorts on, just one layer. It's about a 6-mile climb to the top of Big Bald, and then it's like about 6.5 or 7 down back to Sam's Gap. So I'm already huffing and puffing, moving up here. Got a couple guys behind me, Aquaman and Blaze Man. They're doing the same thing. But I'll show you some of the trails we get up ahead. Legs feel okay to start. Always good not to have 30 pounds on your back. So we'll see how it goes. 1 mile in, it's all uphill, but feel fine so far. Time for the would you rather. Today's would you rather. Whoa, almost tripped on a root. Would you rather have a personal trainer or a personal chef? I'll think about that. I need some working out, and I definitely need to eat better than I'm eating on trail. So both would be handy. But I'll think about which one I would rather have if I could only have one. Think about that, and we'll talk about it later. Here's a pretty massive rock. That's probably 40 feet high. Walking by this, a little bit of a little downward jog before we keep going up. It's 1.5 miles in. And yeah, this thing is pretty big. I like it though because it's shielding the wind. It is a little breezy if you're on the wrong side of the mountain today, but all good otherwise. Ooh, some steps going down here. Just gonna have to go back up. And away we go. All right, super windy, so you may not be able to hear too well, but I want to show you Big Bald, which is where I'm heading to the top of. I'm 6.3 miles in. Gotta get to the top of that. Then it's mostly downhill back to Sam's Gap. I'll show you what it looks like up there. It's gonna be a 360 view, but it's gonna be all right, top of Big Bald. It's howling wind, so you can barely hear me, I'm sure. We'll just show you real quick what we got. It's blowing me. Just a big giant bald spot on top of a mountain. 360 degrees of other mountains. Super windy. It's a little chilly. I'm gonna make my way back down now. It's mostly downhill from here. And there's just a little community right over there in the woods. Yeah, on the mountainside. Alright, gotta get out of this wind. Alright, I'm coming down off of Big Bald. A little less breezy on this side of the hill. Just thought I would mention a couple people I passed on my way up there. It was, one good thing about kind of doing a southbound slack pack every once in a while is you sort of reconnect with people and you meet some new people that weren't in your neighborhood as you were hiking along. So I met Tweedledee and Wonka, a couple young guys. Sounds like they're targeting Uncle Johnny's in Irwin day after tomorrow. I saw a long-ass section hiker, a lasher, named Jim, He's moving. He looked like he was an older guy, you know, maybe a little younger than me, but not much. But he started on the 29th February, and he's already up here. I started on the 25th. He's planning a 720-mile lash up to, I think he said Daleville, Virginia. And then I bumped into Rocky, who I hadn't seen since Hot Springs. He's hiking with a guy I hadn't met before named Ghetto, and they're moving along. I think they're gonna get to a shelter about 6 miles outside of Irwin tonight and get into Irwin tomorrow at Uncle Johnny's midday. And I'll probably get there later in the day, so I might see them then as well. So yeah, you get to see a couple, pass some faces that you know, meet some people you haven't met yet, which is kind of nice. And now that I'm on the downhill run, I'm feeling a little better being out of the wind. There's a couple little peaks you gotta come up as you're going down here, but largely downhill into Sam's Gap now. About 5.5 more miles, I think. If I'm doing it, maybe 6 more miles. Haven't checked far out in a minute or two. Anyway, that's what's going on. Overcast all day, wind blowing. There's a front coming in. It's supposed to start raining about 5 o'clock and rain through about noon tomorrow. So one of the reasons we wanted to get this thing done and have a place to stay tonight dry, then do a little hiking in the morning, get wet, but slack pack it and dry out at Uncle Johnny's tomorrow night. That's the plan. See how we execute. Still heading down to Sam's Gap. Just got a little break in the wind. It's been one of those days where the weather just is kind of crazy. The sun is warm, and if there's no wind, you actually get hot, a little sweaty, and then as soon as you get to a break in or turn a corner, the wind is howling on you, and what was sweaty is then cold. So it's kind of like my least favorite weather to hike in. But just showing you a little bit what's going on here. There's not been a lot going on today. Pretty boring day after a big bulb. I wish I could have hung out there a little bit more, but the wind was howling, it was chilly, and didn't want to stay up there too long in those conditions. So this is where we are. 10.5 miles in, it's 17. I think I got like 3 plus a little to go down to Sam's Gap. Like one more climb of about 500 feet of climb over about a half a mile, and then that'd be a nice big climb for the day. So still in the middle of that big climb I was telling you about. Just met that gentleman there. He's doing trail maintenance. You see all the stuff he's doing here to clear the trail out. He says he comes out and does trail maintenance once a week, which is fantastic. Here's his bag, and he's got some tools and stuff in there. So I didn't get his name, but just talked to him for a little bit. Thanked him for what he's doing here along the trail. Keep it in good shape for us to hike on. And yeah, you need people like that. Otherwise, this thing isn't hikeable, right? He fixes that trench up so water will flow out and not rot the trail. I don't know why he stacked those rocks like that. Maybe he didn't. All right, I'm almost at the top of this climb. Let me get back to it. So, just came up that rise. Here's a nice view. And I'm pretty sure if we go up there, that's the top of Big Bald that I just came down from up there, where it was super windy. And you can see the clouds. The front's moving in. I don't know what's up there. There's a bunch of homes, I guess. A little development right on the side, right near the top of that hill up there. But here's a couple benches and a fire pit to sit up here and enjoy this view. But as soon as the sun goes in, it's a little chilly and the wind is blowing, as you can hear. And I'm about 2 miles from being done. So I am pushing on, not sitting down and enjoying that view in the wind. But we'll get back and enjoy the view of the TV and watch some more hoops. I think there was one upset yesterday. Kentucky went down. But I think that's all I heard. I haven't been following it that closely. We'll see what's going on when I get down there in a little while. Hello. I'm like a quarter of a mile from Dick's Gap, and want to check in, tell you what I'm thinking about the Would You Rather today. I think I remember the Would You Rathers have a personal chef or a personal trainer. I am going with personal trainer. Even though having somebody cook all your meals for you and having them be healthy would be good, I think I am in definite need of a personal trainer when I get done with this, just to get my body straight, flexibility improved, and all that. So I am going to probably break down. Got a guy in mind. I have to go check him out, talk to him, see if he wants to work with a old broken down dude like me. But yeah, I think the idea of having a chef cook your meals for you is nice, but I think in the long term I'd be better off having a trainer. So that's what I'm going with. And I'm gonna shout out. I know doesn't watch the videos. So my buddy Joe, he's my golf partner back home. Puts up with me on the golf course because I stink and he's good. But he's giving me updates on NCAA wrestling, which is going on this weekend, national championships. And we're both big Penn Staters. He was a football player at Penn State and follows the wrestling team real close. So he's giving me updates on how we're doing. Doing pretty good, although I think one of our guys got upset, which wasn't good. But hopefully we'll win another national championship this year. So heading back now to go wow, there's a fence. I gotta go through a gate right here to get down to the road, but that's what I'm doing right now, going through the gate. And we will see you guys on the other side tomorrow. See ya.